Welcome back to the live stream provided by the KitPlus team at BVE. All day I'll be joined by the industry elite sharing opinions on the business and top tech tips. Try and say that, top tech tips. I want to hear from you in your office or at home, any questions that you might have. And if anybody has a product at Excel that you are interested in and wants to know more information about, tweet me and I will find the information out for you at BV Expo, #KitPlus. Okay, up next, we're talking about educating the next generation. And I'm joined by Graham, Bernie and Barry from ITTP. Welcome.
Thank you.
To the studio.
Thank you very much.
ITTP. My first question is, what does it stand for and who are you, please?
Well, we are the Institute of Training in Television Production, the
Right.
ITTP.
Okay. I want to hold that
I'll
there.
hold it up for my lovely close-up. And we've been in around now for just over 3 years from nothing. And we're a group of professional broadcasters who got together because we were very concerned about the lowering of standards within the broadcasting industry. How people entering the industry seem to have a great gaps in their knowledge, albeit where they're sound people, lighting people, camera people. And we felt that there was no basic standard of knowledge that people need to have when entering the industry. So that's how we're formed just over 3 years ago now, I guess.
Okay, so the ITTP is about maintaining standards in the broadcast industry.
Absolutely, yes.
And tell me a little bit about you all. You all have experience how?
Well, that's why. Well, I'll start along the line. I'm a freelance lighting camera lighting director, and I've been.
You're Bernie.
Yeah, and I started off at the BBC Television Centre, RIP, and
Oh.
yeah, indeed. And as a cameraman, then I left. I've been freelance now for 20-something years, and as a lighting cameraman.
Okay.
I, like Graham, about 2 years before he did, started at Television Centre dragging cables on, operas and Hansel and Gretel and Romeo and Juliet and stuff, dragging cables around the studio. Worked my way up through being a cameraman, moved on to being a producer, making promotions initially for quite some time, and then documentaries, short films, current affairs films, documentaries, blah, blah.
Welcome. Welcome. Okay, and Barry, what's your experience?
Hi, well I'm a sound man, or relatively sound. I joined the BBC in 1973, which was 40 years ago, and I've always done sound. I enjoy doing sound. Worked up from the BBC's very excellent technical training, which we all enjoyed in different times. Unfortunately, costs have prohibited that now, so there are training institutions around with which we hope to have a great deal to do. And I gradually worked my way up, and now I'm a sound supervisor, sound mixer, sound director. They have various different names throughout the industry, but I mix the sound. And the area in which I specialize is live sound, live discussions. Tomorrow I'm doing the Andrew Neil show.
Oh, wonderful.
The what show?
The
Andrew Neil.
Oh,
You might have heard
lovely.
of him. He's a journalist.
So, gentlemen, how are we at KitPlus here maintaining our standards?
Well,
Haven't the faintest.
I don't know how KitPlus are maintaining the standard, but KitPlus actually we have a great thanks and love of KitPlus because they have given us an awful lot of support and help over the last 3 years, and really without KitPlus we wouldn't be quite where we are today. So we're very grateful for KitPlus for their help and support.
But regardless of the help and support, I want to know about these industry standards that you three gentlemen are looking to maintain. I've heard of skill set. How do you at ITTP
Okay.
differ from skill set?
Back when we started 3 years ago, what it was, we all sat around in a pub. You know how you do. And you have a tendency to say, it was all better in my day. And load of old fogies, been around the business for 40 years, they've got the pint and all that stuff. It was all better in our day. But actually, we started thinking, is it just a load of fairly senior people now saying it was all better in our day? Everybody always don't they? That's the way it is. So you worry about that and think, are we talking rubbish? So off we went in our first year, went round and asked people, are we talking rubbish? And people would say, no, you're not talking rubbish. It was better then. Nobody is trained these days. Nobody knows anything. This is a problem. So Graham and KitPlus organised a conference at Pinewood, Heatherden Hall, Pinewood, where a lot of people came in and we said, is there a problem? And they all said yes.
So there's clearly an appetite for the industry to maintain a certain level of standards.
Well, that's right. I mean, that everybody, as Bernie said, everybody realises within the industry that the standards are falling, and it's not just driven by cost or new equipment, but it just the people entering the industry are no longer have that basic understanding that what people need to know to call themselves a sound man or a lighting man or whatever.
And I guess my curiosity there is, if standards are falling, what is the impact? I'm putting 2 and 2 together and making impact is production values.
If you're a professional and you watch the telly, you can tell, basically. You can tell. You can even tell on feature films. I mean, styles change on everything. You know, the style of, I don't know, when we started in the 60s is not the style of now, which is obviously true, you know, because things move on. But you look and you think, actually, I understand the style, but you aren't even getting your style right. You know, if you can't get it, the style you're working for technically correct, even if it's a different style, you're not as good as you ought to be.
Okay, I'm excited. I like to maintain standards. Standards are important to me, okay? So assuming, okay, we're buying into the industry now is accepted. We are looking to maintain standards and we're using ITTP. Who is your customer?
Our customer are the employers.
That's right, yeah, which is why we've got quite a lot of support from some of the major employers like BT Sport, B-Sky B, and they are actually really saying, yes, we understand that that there is a great need here for some way of evaluating new people entering the industry.
Okay.
Because at the moment, if you're an employer and you send out, an advert for, say, a new camera assistant, you get 4,000 adverts, replies, I mean, and only really about 2 of them are going to be any good because everybody thinks they are a cameraman, for example, and Sky particularly have had this problem that they've advertised for camera assistants and they've had numerous responses, and when they get to interview, they find that most of them don't know back end of a camera. You know, I exaggerate somewhat, but you know what I mean. So, and it'd be so good for them if they could advertise and say that so many people have been ITT approved skills, that they then know that this person has reached a basic level of understanding and competency, so that they know that they then know what sort of people they're getting.
Okay, so Barry, so your users, so your clients are going to be the operators, the camera operators, the sound engineers, basically coming from where you all originally came from. And what I hear is they will be awarded, based on maintaining a certain level of standards, they will be awarded this ITTP accreditation.
That's right,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about the content then. Who's deriving the content?
Well, we've derived the content, it's in the document. We've derived the content from the Professional Skills Organisation. So we've got the Guild of Television Cameramen, the Society of Television Lighting Directors, the Institute of Professional Sound. And those people are, like me, although probably more freelance than I am, those people say, I want to hire some staff, I want them to be able to do this, rig a camera, rig a microphone, rig a light, and they need to be able to do it. The training they hopefully will receive under the Approved Skills Scheme will come from universities and colleges who will, along with what they're doing already, will add those skills to the training, and there will be exams or tests which we will maintain a quality across the board, so that people will come out and they say, if they say to you as a putative employer, I can rig a mic, I can rig a camera, I can put lights up, that they really know what they need to do, and the pitfalls, because rigging lights is no simple job, and there's a lot of safety involved in all of these skills. They will turn up on time, adequately dressed with the proper kit, personal kit, that's also on the list, so that they can actually do the job. If they've got the ITT approved skill, they can actually do the job. You can hire them as an employer, we can hire them as a skill leader, and know that if I give them a schedule of some equipment to rig, they can do it.
This all sounds fabulous.
Yes, that's right. I mean, for example, I've been talking to people from VideoSys over there somewhere. I mean, they're very concerned about lack of skilled pen operators coming around because operating a pedestal in a studio is quite an art and a skill which you have to develop, and yet there's nobody training ped operators. So people like Vitech are also very supportive of what we're doing, because they see there's going to be this shortfall of skilled people when people like us will eventually retire, which isn't going to be very long.
So are we looking to replace media qualifications here with what you're offering, this
No, I think
training?
so.
To replace?
Media qualifications.
No. No, it's very much reaching a standard, an individual reaching a standard. There's Creative Skill Set, which is the government body that's been out there for a long time, that has a lot of standards. And the way it works is that universities aspire to the Creative Skill Set standard. So here I am, a university lecturer, and I want to run my course to a standard. The only one they can find is Creative Skill Sets at the moment, because that's a government-funded thing. It takes the university a lot of money to apply for a skill set standard. It takes a lot of time, but at the end of it, they get this green tick for their website, which is all very wonderful, because now as a student, maybe I could go along for a creative skill set course, except it's much more complex than that. And mostly if you ask the students or their parents what that means, they have no idea. This is a meaningless thing. And it costs the university a lot of money. And what actually matters is not that the university has a standards level. What matters is that the individual. So it's just as if you were an accountant. You do your accountancy degree, or a pharmacist. You do your pharmacy degree. At the end of it, you still can't be an accountant or a pharmacist unless you pass the exams that apply to that particular profession. So it doesn't matter where you come from, and we don't care where people come from. Graham has this Uncle Bob taught me sound sort of idea. We don't care where you came from, we care about where you're going. So, you know, here's a list of skills if you want to be a sound man, not our list, but the industry list, because they worked it out and we just made a little list. Pass the test, and now you're a real person. You don't need to have gone to university or anything, really, so long as you know what you're talking about.
So for anybody who's watching this and interested to be a part of this new initiative, how can they get in contact with you?
Well, first of all, go to our website, info@ittp.org.uk.
So say that again.
ittp.org.uk.
info@ittp.co.uk. Let me have a look at that.
You read it out for me, yeah. Because we have so many websites.
info@ittp.co.uk. Smashing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have thousands of people watching this podcast, this video, this live stream. Any requests? What do you need in order for this to happen?
What we really need are as many employers to come on board as possible. It doesn't work unless, you know, we can shout as loud as we like. We're just, you know, us. But if you get people like Sky and BT Sport and the BBC and everybody else, it's serious people saying, yes, this is the right thing to do, then suddenly we're talking big time, and that's what really matters.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, we would like anyone who is already in the academic community who are teaching these skills to take on board the ITTP approved skills scheme, so that they can say to their potential pupils, trainees, we will be equipping you with the necessary skills which the professional organisations and hopefully the employers have said that they need.
Okay, so we're looking for corporations, we're looking for educators who are interested in maintaining standards in the broadcast industry.
That's right.
Gentlemen, you have my vote.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Lovely talking to you.
And you, I love it. Okay, if anyone wants to know more information about ITTP, please visit their website at ittp.org.uk.